AM 1220, KHTS, hometownstation.com. In the studio with me right now, Margie Veis. We're talking about Oakmont of Santa Clarita. Now, the community, Oakmont Senior Living, is one of the premier senior communities truly in the country. And Margie, again, we talked about the history of Oakmont. This is a model based on something that has been very successful and beautiful, and it has to be just a pride and a great pleasure to work for this organization that really is trying to strive to create an atmosphere of family and community, not just among the residents, but the staff and the family members. And you had this wonderful celebration where you opened the models.
Right.
And again, it was where you had the people who have already made a commitment to want to live there.
Correct.
As a result, how many units are left?
Well, not very many. There are a few that are kind of transitional right now where people are changing their minds, but I really do encourage anybody who's listening, if you have a loved one and you're thinking about making a move to Oakmont, to please come, meet with myself or my team. You can have a private tour of the models and you can get on that wait list, because that's basically what we're doing right now, is building a wait list. We're calling it our future families. And, if you're not ready to move right now, that's great, because that will give you time. We're not going to open until January, and there's a possibility that, you get on that wait list, it might not be till March.
Right.
And once you're on the wait list, you're on the wait list.
Right.
It's not if you say I'm not ready, you don't get booted off. You
Right.
stay on it.
You stay on the list.
It's being proactive.
Now, if you would like to look on behalf of your family members or yourself, you can go to oakmontofsantaclarita.com. They are taking reservations, and they can call you if they would like to get in touch.
Absolutely. Our number is 661-295-2025. And we also have an information center that's open 7 days a week, like a 9 to 5, 9 to 5:30. You can stop by, and we'd be happy to meet with you and just give you some education and give you a tour.
Now, you're located in Santa Clarita. This is Newhall Ranch Road.
Yes.
28650 Newhall Ranch Road. Again, you can stop by, come on over and see. They can see the model. They can
Absolutely.
And the care services. I can't emphasize enough how you guys are truly the wellness and care, the attention to detail. There's nothing that you guys have not thought of, because first of all, you've tailored pretty much everything to each resident's need as far as professional staff that takes care of the residents, and it's individualized assistance 24 hours a day. The services, yes, they're additional and based on a fee for service basis, but the idea that you or your loved one is taken care of in a manner you might not even be able to do yourself.
Right. We'll have that nurse that'll be on duty probably about 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll have our diabetic wellness program. But every resident that moves in, whether you're independent and don't require any care or need care, everyone will be assessed by our Director of Health Services and meet with the family. The families will all meet together to come up with a care plan that's going to meet the individualized need of each resident.
And the idea that you guys coordinate the services: physical therapy, physician's visits, speech therapy, psychological services, podiatrist, and the list goes on.
Right.
What you're willing to do for your community.
Right. We're very service-based. Everything is purpose-driven and individualized.
It's lovely. And again, the idea that you or your loved one can come into a beautiful facility, a beautiful residence and community like Oakmont. It's just, and I'm looking again at between. I'm thinking to myself, I want to move in. I'm looking at the floor plans and the first floor building, the second floor. When do we think everything will be completed again? January?
Yeah, we're hoping to actually be moving residents in early January, which is not that far away.
I love that they're named after trees too: acacia, pine, oak, sequoia, walnut, redwood, cypress. Yeah. And in looking at the photographs, just so glorious. You said you once likened it to a cruise.
Yes.
The idea that you can come in and it's sort of that environment.
Right. It's
fabulous food.
Right.
You have an executive chef who makes each meal a fine dining experience. I don't even offer that to my family, Margie. It's like, you know what? Whatever's in the fridge, you just get it yourself.
I know. I'm so excited. They just put in the pizza oven, so we'll have that wood-burning pizza and the chicken rotisserie rack.
Oh, nice.
And the outdoor dining, they've poured the concrete for the patio, and we were out there just watching the roller coasters of Magic Mountain. You know, it's been so clear.
Yes,
you know, we get that nice little wind coming up and
right
in
through
the
that
afternoon.
split in the mountains, yeah.
And it's just beautiful.
Now, we've never talked about this, complimentary chauffeur service.
Yes, so we'll have a Cadillac as well as we just ordered our van. It's actually a bus. It'll have a lift if you're in a wheelchair and need it. It'll hold about 18 to 20 people, and we'll use that for our excursions. So if we're going to take a scenic drive to Ventura Harbor and take a walk on the pier and then have lunch, or we might go to the Getty Museum, or, you know what, we might all pile in and go to Rattlers and have barbecue. But we'll be doing excursions as well as you know, taking people to doctor's appointments, to the bank, whatever they need. So we'll do those small things in our Cadillac.
And it's so important in the Cadillac. I love that. I recently spoke to a very well-respected geriatrician, and we were talking about some of the things that affect the population as we get older. And one of the things that came up very high on the list was socialization and not being isolated. And at Oakmont, that's not even a consideration. You are making sure that there will be outings, there will be opportunities, and helping so that someone doesn't have to think about, oh gosh, how am I going to get to the doctor on Thursday at 2:00?
Or how am I going to make that effort to socialize when, even if you just come down to a meal, I kind of call it passive interaction or passive engagement, where even if someone is sitting on the couch and listening to the music and observing what's going on, they're engaging. It's more than just sitting in their apartment with their blinds closed, waiting for their next TV show or something to eat.
It's very nice. Again, a professional, courteous staff, the idea that there's always something somewhere if you want it.
Exactly.
And if you need care, there's someone who's going to help keep an eye on that. And what a lovely sense of peace of mind for someone who is maybe working and can't always check on mom or dad, or can't, be there. I know for myself, my maternal unit, she's healthy, she's doing stuff, but I can't always, be available. You have someone who will make sure that they're looked after. I think that's lovely.
Absolutely. And you want to be her daughter. You don't want to be her caregiver.
No, because that doesn't work well for either of us. She gets grumpy. I get stressed. I try to, I'm a bit of a bulldozer. And I know your staff is going to come at this a little easier than
Absolutely. Because it's not their mother.
Yeah. And
it's the truth.
It is the truth. And sometimes that is the better level of care rather than the person who is exhausted and who is tapped out, who maybe has other issues. And truly, Oakmont of Santa Clarita is touching on all of that. Again, you can contact Oakmont to set up a tour.
Absolutely.
You can do that either oakmontofsantaclarita.com or via the phone number
661-295-2025, or just stop by.
Margie, again, 28650 New Hall Ranch Road in Santa Clarita. Thank you, Oakmont of Santa Clarita. A pleasure to have in our community. Lovely to talk to you. Can't wait to see these models. I've been waiting. Now it's open. I can come look.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Margie.
Thank you.